Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to call to order the Naperville Park District Board of Commissioners regular board meeting. Today is Thursday, September 13th, 2018, 7 p.m. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This evening, before we call the roll, I'd just like to have a moment of silence, recognize the passing of Mayor Emeritus A. George Pradle. Thank you. Bridget, call the roll, please.
President Riley?
Here.
Vice President Janner?
Here.
Commissioner Carlson?
Here.
Commissioner Egan?
Present.
Commissioner Ensign?
Here.
Commissioner King? Absent. Commissioner Todd?
Here.
Next on our agenda is matters from the public. Bridget, who's signed up to speak?
We've Ron Ori.
Hi, Ron. Welcome back.
Thank you, Mike. I'm here to talk about my favorite topic, gardening. For those of you who may not pay attention to this particular survey, gardening outside of walking is probably the most common exercise for adults in the U.S. The surveys by the sports manufacturers probably don't reflect this, but if you go to the garden center or the hardware store, those folks will tell you it's pretty popular. So what I want to talk about is an area on the north end of the garden plots that I've called the Nature Discovery Area. We've been working in that area, and by we, I mean a group of volunteers and Central Parks Maintenance Division. Had been working diligently since 2011, creating this space with various elements. And those are the people that I need to thank. In addition to them, I'd like to thank the donors, a couple of whom I'm looking at right now, that have contributed over $7,000 to cover cost of all of the materials that have been used at the particular discovery area. We can go on and on about the best management practices for gardening. It probably can be summed up in put the right plant in the right place, and you've done the right thing. The area components are listed here, and I'll give you a brief description of each. Pollinator garden was installed this past year where there was nothing but parking lot, and the Park District received a $1,000 grant for the plant material for this. The small fruit garden is kind of barren now, but those trees within a couple of years will be bearing fruit, and that's extended out from the pollinator garden to the south. It again was nothing but parking lot. The Idea Gardens was started in 2011 and have various elements as listed here. The native prairie requires very little maintenance, requires no water, requires no fertilizer. Occasional burning does the trick. And here you can see 3 of the native plants in bloom. The sensory garden was done in 2013, and it stemmed from when the tagline for the Park District was engage your senses. And I said, what a great idea for a garden, the sensory garden. So thank you, Sam, for thinking that up. And it appeals to all 5 senses with the grass garden for the sound. And the grass garden or sedge meadow contains a number of sedges as well as grasses with kind of a nifty one here, bottle brush grass. The rain garden was created out of necessity when the master gardeners were doing their thing at the 4 demo plots. They got rained out in 2011, and so 2012 we dug that hole, but it doesn't drain very well, and that's quite a chore to get plants to grow there because it's nothing but gravel and almost like concrete. The savanna is the adjacent area to the west of the rain garden, and that used to be just a grassy area where some leftover honey locust trees about 25 years ago were just plopped down there, never planted. They were healed in, which means piled mulch around them, and the area leveled out over time, and we decided to put some plants underneath, and it's worked out very well. There's a picnic area with 2 picnic tables with detachable benches in there, and a small podium for visitors to sign in if they so wish. The labyrinth is also in the picnic area, and that was installed in 2015, and that caused me a little bit of discomfort. The prototype tree nursery was a group of free oak saplings that we put in to the northwest side behind some lattice panels that we used to separate the rest from the industrial area, and we decided to use that non-used space and put those in, and it's since been pretty well drained. The woodland garden is the most recent garden in the Idea Gardens. Many of the trees were installed this spring, and there's approximately 70 plus trees and shrubs, most of them natives, that will be either in there or going in there. The tree nursery is a benefit to the Park District in that the free samplings planted by a group of volunteers last spring, I think it was in April, that about 150 of these oak saplings are in there, and in 3 or 4 years, hopefully they'll be able to transplant those to the rest of the parks. So it'll be a money saver. Which brings me to my final slide, and that's the opportunities that we have for this area. I'm not looking for money. We've got sufficient funds, although Kevin would certainly put to good use some additional maintenance dollars. Right now he has one person that works 1 day a week over in the area. During the summer he's had a intern, part-time employee, and the 2 of them were able to maintain whatever needed to be done there in addition to installation and setup for the woodland garden. I think that load will be lessened, but we're looking to probably get some docent volunteers, either perhaps from the school or working with Lynette to cover a lot of the hours needed to do that. Right now, myself and another master naturalist work out there on Tuesday mornings. We need to let folks know, and hopefully this presentation allows the word to get out. Hopefully we can expand that this discovery area is there, and it's a kind of unique. So I'm willing to also make presentations wherever to help promote it. One of the other things that perhaps is a good opportunity is to expand the programming effort. Right now there are no programs conducted there, but it's conducive to being outdoor classroom. The tree ordinance is something that will make us, the Park District, eligible for some funds and grants, and I think we're looking into that. I think Dirk will be able to make that happen. And Naperville Central, even though most of the gardening season for them is during the summer when school is out, perhaps we can expand to some of their greenhouse efforts to help us maybe propagate some of the plants that we use in there. So there's opportunities with the school and other organizations to get them involved. So if that's the conclusion of my presentation, are there any questions?
I have one. I think it's wonderful. What struck me is what you were able to create with very little money. So, as you may be aware, we have a hankering to spend $4 million on a 2-acre plot next to the 95th Street Library. Could you put this all together and do it at a much cheaper rate, if you will? The labyrinth, the trees, we can throw some picnic tables and a park bench. I would assume something like that. What you've done in different spots on steroids would cost much less than $4 million and help out the pollinators and all those other things that we need around here.
I think there are many organizations that we could possibly partner with. For example, Rotary Club Sunrise was responsible for putting in the pollinator garden and the small fruit garden on the same time that the other group of volunteers was putting in the woodland garden. So it doesn't take much knowledge to be able to plant a tree or a shrub or a perennial in the ground. So doing some of the hardscaping is probably a little bit more time consuming, but that also could be done. So depending on how much outreach you do for that project, I think that it's got some opportunities there.
Excuse me. Thank you for the work that you've done and the creativity. It's much appreciated. Thank you.
Thanks, Ron.
Thank you.
I'll move on to updates and reports. First, we have Riverwalk Commission update. Commissioner Carlson.
Yes, the Naperville Riverwalk Commission met yesterday, September 12th at City Hall. Items were discussed are as follows. The Moser Tower addendum to the original report on the condition of the structure is due next week. This report will open dialogue as to what the future of Moser Tower will be moving forward. The Naperville J.C.'s Park will have a groundbreaking ceremony on September 18th at 5 p.m. led by Mayor Steve Cherico. Everything is set there. Contractors are lined up and ready to get going on the Naperville J.C.'s Park. Harmony Park construction has been delayed due to a fire at the manufacturing facility of the equipment for the park. The commission is confident the park can still be completed by the end of the construction season this year. Also discussed was a plan for a new maintenance policy for physical donations to the Riverwalk. In addition to the donation, donors will be required to provide additional funds for maintenance over the life cycle of a structure, and a cost will be associated with the decommission of the structure as well. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have the Parks and Recreation Committee, Vice President Janner.
Thank you, President Riley. The Parks and Recreation Committee last met on Friday, August 17th at 320 West Jackson Avenue. Staff provided an overview of the High Meadow Park proposal and ideas presented by HOA board members to Park District staff on the site earlier in the year. A concept plan was discussed which consists of 5 shade trees, 2 benches, and an ADA accessible concrete pad adjacent to the right-of-way along the southern edge of High Meadow Park. The estimated cost to implement the concept plan is $6,000, with the HOA board members agreeing to cover 50% of the total, up to $3,000, including a donation plaque to be mounted on a bench in the concrete pad. Our intent is to secure funding via unspent dollars in the 2018 capital budget. The summer capital projects open house was also discussed. Capital improvement projects planned for 2019 consist of the Fort Hill Activity Center studio expansion and 95th Street Community Plaza. Staff also reported that residents suggested the idea of installing a basketball court at Three Meadows Park due to concerns of children crossing 75th Street in order to play basketball at the existing courts located at Meadow Glens Park to the south that serve the area at the open house event. If there is interest in this project, After community outreach, the concept will be brought to the Park Board for consideration and possible inclusion in the 2020 capital budget. Considering announcement of available OSLAD funding, staff reported that the Naperville Park District intends to pursue a grant for the Southwest Community Park Phase 1 site development project proposed for implementation summer 2019-2020, with the goal to secure full matching reimbursement amount of $400,000 for the improvement. Next, staff discussed with the committee the current 2018 capital budget funding to renovate fishing piers at Commissioners Park and Hobson West Ponds, along with the benefits of renovating the fishing pier railings with recycled plastic versus natural wood included in the initial quotes for repair. The recommendation was made to shift a majority of the Commissioners Park fishing pier renovation project in the amount of $20,000 to the Hobson West Ponds fishing pier renovation project in 2018 in order to install a recycled plastic railing system and improve the steel structural base toward the end of the pier, and reallocate funds for the installation of a recycled plastic railing system for the Commissioners Park fishing pier renovation project to 2019. The 2018 Riverwalk Park Warming House renovation project, with a budgeted amount of $275,000, is on track to be released for bids in preparation for the Park Board contract consideration and approval at today's meeting. And finally, smoking ordinance signs have been ordered in 3 sizes to be installed at park entrances, playgrounds, and sports complexes. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is the President's report. Later this month, a few of us commissioners will participate in the National Parks and Recreation Annual Conference. Each year, 2 to 5 commissioners attend this event to learn more about issues and best practices in the Parks and Rec field. This year, because it's fairly close by, we'll carpool down to Indianapolis. With over 200 educational sessions offered and more than 450 exhibitors, the conference offers a 3-day deep immersion in Parks and Rec. While we all try to keep up with trends and challenges in this field, I'm reminded of the saying, "You don't know what you don't know." Conferences like this allow commissioners the opportunity to interact with others from throughout the country and learn what they are doing and dealing with. It's a good chance to sharpen our skills to better serve the community. Finally, thank you to Loaves and Fishes for including pieces created by local artists from wood harvested from the Hobson Oak in their silent auction at their recent gala. This was the first time Hobson Oak craft pieces were available to the public, and interest was strong. The proceeds will help fund our fee assistance program. And now, our Executive Director.
Thank you, President Riley. The 95th Street Farmers Market is open every Thursday from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. through September 27th at the 95th Street Library parking lot. Celebrate fall and enjoy crisp apples, cinnamon donuts, apple cider, and your favorite fall treats. Vendors are also bring fresh local produce, meats, eggs, and baked goods. Stop by for the best of the fall harvest. One of the fastest growing sports in Naperville, and actually in the United States next to lacrosse, is pickleball. Later this month, the district will officially open 4 new pickleball courts at Benke Sports Complex. Everyone is welcome to attend the ribbon cutting, which is slated to begin at 9 a.m. on Saturday, September 22nd, followed by refreshments and an opportunity to watch or play pickleball. Pickleball players, feel free to bring your paddle and balls to try out the new courts. Also on Saturday, September 22nd, Fort Hill Activity Center challenges cyclists to beat the trainers in its first Century Ride, to be held from 7:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Teams of 4 or fewer can register at napervilleparks.org/fortride. And the Park District's free outdoor movie series, A Night of the Movies, finishes its season with the showing of Monsters, Inc. on Saturday, September 22nd, 7 p.m. at Rotary Hill. Bring your chairs and your blankets and dress for the weather, which seems to be close to 85 or so you can dress casually. And finally, the public is invited to comment on the 95th Street Community Plaza project, a 2.2-acre site that will provide an engaging outdoor space for residents. The new plaza will be constructed on land at Frontier Sports Complex, adjacent to the 95th Street Library. The project is supported in partnership with the Naperville Park District, Naperville Public Library, and the Indian Prairie School District 204. The mission of this new space is to encourage nearby students and residents of all ages and abilities to get outdoors, communicate and socialize with one another, and enjoy the many benefits of active and passive recreation in a beautiful campus setting. We are currently seeking community input on this project. Residents can view the proposed project designs and submit feedback in person at the Park District's 95th Street Center, the 95th Street Library, or the Farmers Market on Thursdays from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., as well as at the Knock Knolls Nature Center. Alternatively, please visit our website at napervilleparks.org for information on how to view the project details and provide your input via email. Feedback will be taken through September 27th. That's all I have.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is to approve the treasurer's report.
Move to approve the July 2018 Treasurers Report.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? Bridget, call the roll, please.
Vice President Janner,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
Commissioner Egan,
Aye.
Commissioner Ensign,
Yes.
Commissioner King,
Yes.
President Riley.
Yes. Next on our agenda is the consent agenda. Are there any items to be removed from the consent agenda?
Move to accept consent agenda items A through O.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? Bridget, call the roll, please.
Vice President Janner,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
Commissioner Egan,
No.
Commissioner Ensign,
Yes.
Commissioner King,
Yes.
President Riley.
Yes.
Move to approve consent agenda as accepted.
Second.
A motion and a second. This is a voice vote. All in,
Point of order.
No, the consent agenda was not approved unanimously, so we have to go take them all one at a time.
thank you.
Move to approve August 2018 disbursements in the amount of $1,040,799.27.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion?
With the comp pools at 3%.
Please address the chair if you wish to ask a question.
You asked for questions and comments.
Go ahead.
With the comp pool set at 3% and we're raising costs on other issues, in order to cover it, I can't support expenditures for salaries or bonuses to employees, so I'll be voting no to this.
Any further discussion? Bridget, call the roll, please.
Vice President Janner,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
Commissioner Egan,
Nope.
Commissioner Ensign,
Yes.
Commissioner King,
Yes.
President Riley.
Yes.
Move to approve August 2018 disbursements made through the Bank of America Purchasing Card Program in the amount of $253,111.90.
Second.
A motion and a second. Is there any discussion or comments? Bridget, call the roll, please.
Vice President Janner,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
Commissioner Egan, Commissioner Ensign, Commissioner King,
Yes.
President Riley.
Yes.
Attorney Price, can we group the rest of these motions together at this point, or do we need to take them one at a time like this?
I'm sorry, could you speak up? I didn't hear what you said.
I said I do, otherwise I wouldn't have voted no in the first place.
Thank you.
Move to approve August 2018 customer refunds in the amount of $5,201.50.
Second.
Motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Bridget, call the roll, please.
Vice President Janner,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
Commissioner Egan,
Aye.
Commissioner Ensign,
Yes.
Commissioner King,
Yes.
President Riley.
Yes.
Move to approve the August 2018 disbursements made through the FinTech electronic payment system in the amount of $3,784.40.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Call the roll, please, Bridget.
Vice President Janner,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
Commissioner Egan,
No.
Commissioner Ensign,
Yes.
Commissioner King,
Yes.
President Riley.
Yes.
Move to approve the August 9, 2018 regular meeting minutes.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? Bridget, call the roll, please.
Vice President Janner,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
Commissioner Egan,
Aye.
Commissioner Ensign,
Yes.
Commissioner King,
Yes.
President Riley,
Yes.
Move to award the architectural and engineering services contract for the Fort Hill Activities Center studio space expansion project for a lump sum fee not to exceed $179,213 to Williams Architects Limited.
Second.
A motion is second. Is there any discussion?
I have discussion.
Commissioner Egan?
While a worthy project, the committee meetings are held during the day. They're not recorded, so I don't think that's transparent, so I can't support a worthy project for the timing of the meetings.
Commissioner Egan,
Comment?
did I hear you correctly to say that the committee meetings are not reported?
Recorded, so you can't watch them and play them back. Unless I didn't find them on the website. If I'm missing them, please correct me.
Comment.
Yes, Commissioner Todd.
This particular item was reported at the committee meeting, but we also discussed it at our last workshop.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Bridget, call the roll, please.
Vice President Janner,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
Commissioner Egan,
No.
Commissioner Ensign, Commissioner King,
Yes.
President Riley,
Yes.
Move to award the contract for the Naperbrook and Springbrook Golf Course cart path renovations to Meyer Paving Incorporated in the amount of $92,956.80.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? Bridget, call the roll, please.
Vice President Janner,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
Commissioner Egan,
No.
Commissioner Ensign, Commissioner King,
Yes.
President Riley,
Yes.
Move to award the contract for the Knock Park Ball Fields renovations project to Sports Fields, Inc. in the amount of $77,840.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? Bridget, call the roll, please.
Vice President Janner,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
Commissioner Egan,
No.
Commissioner Ensign,
Yes.
Commissioner King,
Yes.
President Riley,
Yes.
Move to award the contract for the Riverwalk Park Warming House renovation project to Envision General Contractors LLC in the amount of $254,227.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? Bridget, call the roll, please.
Vice President Janner,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
Commissioner Egan,
No.
Commissioner Ensign,
Yes.
Commissioner King,
Yes.
President Riley,
Yes.
Move to approve the OSLAD resolution of authorization for the Southwest Community Park development.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? Bridget, call the roll, please.
Vice President Janner,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
Commissioner Egan,
Aye.
Commissioner Ensign,
Yes.
Commissioner King,
Yes.
President Riley,
Yes.
Move to award the professional services contract for the Southwest Community Park Phase 1 site development project for a lump sum fee not to exceed $457,720 to Upland Design Limited.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Bridget, call the roll, please.
Vice President Janner,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
Commissioner Egan,
Aye.
Commissioner Ensign, Commissioner King,
Yes.
President Riley,
Yes.
Move to approve ordinance number 942, declaring the property outlined in the attached Exhibit A as surplus property.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? Bridget, call the roll, please.
Vice President Janner,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
Commissioner Egan,
Aye.
Commissioner Ensign,
Yes.
Commissioner King,
Yes.
President Riley,
Yes.
Move to approve the purchase of one 2019 Ford F-350 truck for park services from Bob Ridings, Inc. in the amount of $44,998.
Second.
Motion and second, any discussion? Bridger, call the roll, please.
Vice President Janner,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
Commissioner Egan,
No.
Commissioner Ensign,
Yes.
Commissioner King,
Yes.
President Riley.
Yes.
Move to approve concurrence with staff recommendation to renew the quarterly program guide printing contract with Action Printing for year 3 of the 3-year contract.
Second.
Motion and second, any discussion? Bridger, call the roll, please.
Vice President Janner,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
Commissioner Egan,
No.
Commissioner Ensign,
Yes.
Commissioner King,
Yes.
President Riley.
Yes.
Move to approve revised Naperville Park District Personnel Policy 07-02, tobacco use.
Second.
Motion and second, any discussion? Bridger, call the roll, please.
Vice President Janner,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
Commissioner Egan,
Aye.
Commissioner Ensign,
Yes.
Commissioner King,
Yes.
President Riley.
Yes. We have no unfinished business, so we'll just talk about future meetings. The regular meeting of the Board of Park Commissioners scheduled for September 27th, 2018 has been canceled. The regular meeting of the Board of Park Commissioners scheduled for October 11th, 2018, 7 p.m. here in the Municipal Center Council Chambers, followed by a regular meeting of the Board of Park Commissioners October 25th, 6:30 p.m., Fort Hill Activity Center, multipurpose room.
Move to adjourn to executive session to discuss personnel under 2C1 of the Open Meetings Act and land acquisition under 2C5 of the Open Meetings Act.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Bridger, call the roll, please.
Vice President Janner,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
Commissioner Egan,
Aye.
Commissioner Ensign,
Yes.
Commissioner King,
Yes.
President Riley.
Yes. And it is not anticipated that there will be any action taken in regular session after executive session.